Hey guys, welcome back. I hope that you did a really good job drawing a rectangle to match the problem 3 times 2 on your Nearpod. So really quickly, I'm going to show you the way that I drew the problem and how I would have explained it. So you guys can kind of just check over what you did. So first, I know that I'm going to look at my 2 factors. I'm going to take my 3 and I'm going to build 3 columns. So I'm going to do that first. 1, 2, 3. So I built my 3 columns. Then I'm going to take my 2 and I'm going to build 2 rows. 1, 2, and then I'm going to connect my rectangle. So hopefully your rectangle looks like mine. We are going to then explain what we just did. So first, we looked at our factors 3 and 2. Then we created 3 columns. Remember, columns are going up and down the side. And we created 2 rows going across. Right? The area is 6 square units. So we are going to find the area. There's many ways you could have done this to get it, but the way that I chose to do it was I counted by 2. So I went 2, 4, 6, and my area is 6 square units. All right, so let's go ahead and reflect about what we did today during our lesson. So I'm going to ask you all, how could we figure out the total number of square inches in this rectangle? So take some time, look at this image, and figure out how you would find the area or total numbers of square inches in the rectangle. All right, so there is lots of right ways to figure out the total number of square inches to this rectangle. So we're going to kind of just make a list together because there's many right ways, and I don't want to not include one that somebody was thinking. So the first way that we could do this is we could count them by ones. So we could go through and we could count each individual square one time and just do that until we ran out of squares. The second thing that we could do is we could count them by twos. So we could count up and down 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. All right. You could also count them by sevens if you're good at counting by 7. You could say 7, 14. And now that we've kind of been shown how to build grids or rectangles using a grid, we can also do multiplication to find the area. So we could say that we could do 2 times 7, or we could do 7 times 2, because you guys learned that the order of the factors does not change the overall product. So we could multiply that. We also could add these. We could add 7 because there's 7 going across plus 7 more. So there's many right ways to find the total number of square inches or the area. Another question that I want you all to think about is, how are these rectangles that we've been working on all day today, how are they the same as something we've already done in multiplication? So think about that for a second. What does this remind you of when you look at it? I bet many of you all are saying that this reminds you of an array. And you're absolutely right that this is just like an array, that they have the rows, or the rows going across, they're all lined up, and the columns going up and down are lined up. So that's exactly what we looked at when we were doing arrays. All right, and before I let you guys start your cool down for today, I do want to just remind you that as you're going through your writing activities today, make sure you include some of these words. I'm going to write them here so we can have them in a place that you can find them. Some of the words that I want to see in your responses is I want to see the word factors, because I know that when you look at a multiplication problem, you can tell me what the factors are. So I want to see that in your responses. Another word that I really want you all to use is rows and columns. So remember, rows are going across, oops, sorry, they're going across the shape, across the top, and columns are going up and down. So I want to see those words, rows and columns, in your work. Another word that I want to see in your writing is the word area and square units. So just like we were practicing today, I want you guys to find the area, and you can even start the sentence by saying something like, the area is, and then tell me what the answer you got was. And after you find the area, you're going to tell me that it was in square units, because that's the unit of measurement we're working on right now. All right, guys, good luck on your cool down. I know you're going to rock it, and I will see you tomorrow.